Hi Taurus, welcome to my channel. Taurus, this is of course your time and your season. Happy birthday and a very happy and dynamic new season of breakthroughs to all of you. Time to be your unique self and reinvent yourself in the way that you want to. With Uranus now in your sign till 2026, you are being prompted to live your own truth versus complying towards the norm. Wanting to break through the restriction of any past social boundaries that seemingly have caged you. You want to start this month on a new note, to not go back down from what you know of yourself now. Pluto is empowering your belief in your life path and in your ability to take a leap, even prompting you to take one. It doesn't want you to live small anymore in any sphere of your life. So if your expansive mindset is being made to be small in any setting, it's pushing you to go through a rebirth process there. We are here to establish our own truth, and you certainly start this month pumped to establish your own truth. This is part 2 of the video. Please do review part 1, for which I will leave the link in the description along with the key dates of this month. My name is Charu and I'm your host on this journey. So let's dig in. Entering the month, there might be an interaction, Taurus, with a partner, a client, a close contact, even a conflict with a critic or a power struggle, which can prompt you to restructure your outlook about what you want to do and who you want to be known as or for. For Taurus rising, Sun and Moon around 7 degree or April born Taurus Sun, it could be a closure or completion or a disclosure in a partnership or in a contract which can prompt this. The end of April full moon prompts a powerful shift for you, where we transform and even heal through partnerships and others. You will see that pan out in the early part of the May. It may not be a smooth ride, but it gets us pumped up to make a new move. The brush with authority or bosses may not be a pleasant one in that process. From that place of transformation, of knowing that you want something different, especially in the kind of contract or commitments you are in, we are driven to cultivate a new identity. And this might have been in making for the last 2 to 3 years. There is an urge to build, to buy, to invest, to plant a new life. Your normal, calm, and cool charisma could be a tad touchy at the start of the month. Somebody has ruffled your feathers. You would assert your needs, your autonomy, your emotion, as it's time to put yourself first. You're starting a fresh personal cycle on your own terms, and it is the time to do something entirely new. And it's not just what you do, but also your creative ideas, the way you express yourself, your looks, your choices. It's going through a brilliant refresh. Uranus in Taurus brings a rebel out in us. You become an agent of change as well as an agent of provocation in some ways, for the conservatives and the traditionals who will be a little bit shocked by you. You must revel in your unique expression, in your unique brilliance, and use this month to set yourself apart from the crowd and to nurture what brings light to you. Recent events have lit in you something, even though through friction, which you did not see before. And now you're ready to express that, to cultivate that, to nurture that. Creative breakthroughs, technology, innovation, offbeat projects, ahead of time ideas, different creative choices, unique looks, They're all the ways to express this energy. And this does change who are your partners, who you connect with, or how you connect with others on a one-on-one basis, and who your clientele is. The more you try to tell yourself that everything is the same, the more stark the external expression of your inner being is going to show up. Because who you are within is changing, it's being set free. Your self expression is being set free. But Saturn is sitting in your house of authority. You could feel that you need to pay some sort of karma or debt off to some authorities or to father figure or to your own pre-established external identity. Your urge to break free conflicts with those expectations from you by either the authorities or by your own external identity that you have created. Your urge to break free conflicts with certain rules of society as well, especially around if you're a Taurus rising, sun, moon around 11 to 13 degree, you would experience that very, very starkly and might have been experiencing that towards end of April. That is, if you're a Taurus sun born around end of April or early May. This conflict would become louder as the month progresses. And all of your sign would experience that. We move to June, that's when this aspect becomes exact. I've covered this aspect in details because it's your major, major breakthrough of 2021. I went into greater detail. I have done a lot of research and I've gone deeper into your sign, each of your sign for 2021. I'll put the link in the description for you. Do review that, as that aspect will be activated for the second time, becoming exact on 14th of June. Reaching certain peak of your career over this and next year is possible, but it would not come without this fight. Whenever we have Saturn once in 30 years in a house of career, which you have right now, we reach a certain stage of responsibility in our external identity. Our career takes a leap. But it does not come without this fight that is happening, that you're experiencing right now, between the old and the new. When you reach the peak, you want to be sure that it's the right peak that you wanted. That would be a key question that you would be asking yourself. In addition to all of this, we have 3 chance meetings on 10th, on 17th, and 31st of May that I referenced in part 1. Those 3 meetings are bringing some sort of fated information on assets, on money and skills that will become valuable to you in moving forward. These are support transits. These are the time when you, as a person, as a true Taurian, while you're looking to reinvent yourself, but as a true Taurian, you're also looking at the financial aspect of it. How lucrative would this be? Where would the money come from? How valuable is this option? There could be some important information on these fated encounters which will add value to you. You would also be driven on these dates to find the way to get more financial independence and abundance and getting more confidence in your skills. Looking to cultivate your skills further, looking to become financially independent. And in this process, it would be helpful to keep in mind that you are being prompted not just to get the ground ready to be independent, but you are also being prompted to release old opinions. We are moving forward in our own, not just financial independence, our ego and our self-respect independence as well, which means that our ego and self-respect cannot be based on other people's opinion. It is not just financially we are becoming independent from others. The thoughts of others and their belief system is also what we are becoming free from. The thoughts of others, their belief system, even their thoughts of you their perception of you blocks you more than you know. And you'll be prompted by the end of this month eclipse to release some of those dependencies as well. North Node is going to come in your sign in 2022 after 19 years. We reach our peak of personal power when this happens. As we approach that point, those eclipses in your sign in 2022 and 2023, you're building the base for that right now. Invest into your skills by taking courses, invest in the assets, and you would feel supported in some ways. You might even get guidance from someone who's experienced on these chance meetings of 10th, 17th, and 31st of May. They're a great time to seek support. If there are any authority supports, any approvals that are needed, or you need to approach somebody who's more experienced in your field, those are excellent times to do so as well. Do not become part of someone else's reality. People's opinion of what is good for you is the last thing you want right now. But if there are people who have walked on similar path as you, learn from their practical experiences. Mercury would also be going retrograde on 29th of May in your house of finances. It will go through a shadow period after 14th of May, which means that if there are any investment decisions, any documentation linked to financial agreements which you are undergoing after 14th of May, they might come for review between 29th of May to 22nd of June period. So be careful what you sign on after 14th of May if it has any financial underpinnings. This could be a period where some misunderstanding on finances can also happen, especially after 29th of May. Some ego issues can come to surface, especially in June and end of this month. Words have power and impact. And for you, words have financial impact. You might, by your own wish, decide to leave some sort of financial support. You might decide to pay a karmic debt. You might decide to cut ties with somebody, financial ties with somebody towards the end of the month. But be a little bit careful of the words that are being said at that time, because we might need to walk back on the words being said. Month end Saturn retrograde would also prompt some structuring change in your career and in your relationship with authority and in your relationship with father or father figure. All the way till October, Saturn will remain retrograde in your house of career, which means that the rules of the game, the structure of the career would undergo some amount of changes. And this would also shift how you handle authorities in your life and your relationship with your parents or father especially. Let's talk of the very good news of this month, which is Jupiter is moving into Pisces on 13th of May, and it will stay there till 28th of July. It will come for a longer transit in 2022. Jupiter is the ruler of Pisces, so it's moving into its own sign, which means that it's much more fruitful. Jupiter rules our expansion. I spoke of it in details in March, which I will leave the link in the description for you, but it's a fantastic time to grow big wealth ideas. Jupiter is essentially moving into your house of vision, ideas, big wealth, as well as into your long-term plans. When Jupiter comes here, our friend circle expands, the big wealth ideas become easier to execute, our social impact also grows. It expands our popularity, our social influence, our network, our friends, and wealth from these very endeavors. This is a very good placement of Jupiter, and you'll see full benefit of it when Jupiter moves into the sign completely starting from 28th of December of this year all the way to 2022. But we'll see a preview of that starting from 13th of May to end of July. And this is a period when you might start working on your new wealth, working on your new financial prospects, and working on creating some sort of a social influence or a social base or a fan base or the set of friends who would support you and take you to the right steps. If the new moon of 11th of May falls on your birthday or 2 or 3 days around that, or if you have your rising sun or moon around 21 degree of Taurus, this could be a very, very pivotal year for you. Although 11th of May, new moon in Taurus is a new start, is a reset for all of you. It is your season starting, a reset of the whole cycle for the next 1 year. But if it falls on our birthday or around the degrees of our rising sun or moon, which is around 21 degree of Taurus, this could be a very, very pivotal year for you. And a new start would have a very long-term support. So in these seemingly mild moments, a new life is beginning. We are definitely releasing, with every Uranus transit, a little part of our old self as we embrace the new person we are becoming. Happy birthday again to Taurus Sun, and a very happy and fruitful new season of breakthroughs to all of you. I'll see you in the next video or podcast now. Thank you.